Hi guys, I know my desk is a complete mess and I know that my hands are a mess from inking, but I wanted to come on and show you guys my gypsy book that I had made a while back, or finished a while back. It took me quite a while to make it, probably about almost 3 months, 2.5, 3 months, because it just kept on adding more and more stuff. But anyways, I wanted to come on real quick and share it. It's one of Rosie Posey's kits. It was a Gypsy book kit. It was amazing. I loved it. And it was so fun working with color, which I'm not, someone that usually does that. I like my neutral colors. So this was really fun. So I ended up making oh, my hands are so dirty. I ended up making a fabric book. That's what the kit was for. But I also made a pouch. And then I also made 4 journal inserts that go on the top of the fabric book. So it's like a junk journal. And my inspiration for this was that there was this lady, and she was a gypsy. She's been all over the country, even possibly the world, and she's, older now, and she wanted to share her memories and her life with her family, and just have a really nice keepsake. And so she was a seamstress throughout the years, and that's how she paid to get from place to place, is she worked in altering clothing and doing this and that, things that a seamstress will do throughout her life. And that's how she got from place to place, was working in different shops and doing lots of alterations. And so she picked up a lot of things. She loved fabric, she loved textiles, and she just saved everything, okay? So she again, this is my thoughts, and I had to come with a story behind it. She wanted to put everything that she had together and make a beautiful book to pass down to her families, okay? Or family. And so this is the fabric book, and it's made out of the fabric base that Rose provides. This is the back, and then this is the front. So this belly, or this closure, is actually a snippet roll. It's all sewn with different, that it is not hand sewn, it is machine sewn, but it's this type of snippet roll. And then there's also this dangle with all these bits and bobs that she has collected over the years, fabrics, fibers, you name it. She just put them all on a little bulb pen, and that's it. And then I went ahead and made some gypsy beads with, or not gypsy beads, boho beads with the fibers, which I hope you can see. So there's even some chain on the bottom of that one. There's lots of gold. It's kind of coming out like yellow on here, but there's lots of gold. And there's even, you can't really see, but there's metal wiring. This one you can kind of, I don't know why it's not showing up very well, but you can see. And then this is another boho bead. Lots of fibers wrapped around it, and then I've always put a little dangle at the bottom of mine. I just love that. And I just love how this tassel turned out with all the bits and pieces that were left over from the kit. Okay, and so you can open her up, and this is just another piece of scrap lace that, she came across in her journeys, and she saved because she loved it. And these are just all, in the story in my head, I was thinking these were all bits and pieces from alterations that she had made, and then she kept them as like memories and mementos. So anyways, the edge of the book, or the spine of the book, I kind of made my own trim. I just took lots and lots of all the strings from all the pieces in the kit, and I just kind of ruffled it and sewed and just made my own little thing here for the spine, so it's super duper fluffy. And then I already showed you that dangle. And then the front of the book, it's called Gypsy Dreams, and so on each page I did do what's it called? Crazy quilting. That is a passion of mine, and I completely love it. Some of it's machine stitched, and then you can also see some other parts are, well, if it will work, hand stitched. You can't really see. And then I also did some embroidery on the image, and I put a little flower in her hair with some seed beads on it. I crocheted some flowers and put it in here. There's a little dangle with some of the beads and trims. And this all from Rosie's Kit. It was amazing. And this trim is from Rosie's Kit. And then I had some rickrack, and I made some rickrack, beautiful rickrack roses that are on each of the top of that. And then under this is another beautiful beaded trim that came in the kit. You can just see the rich, beautiful materials. And I just did lots of sewing, and you can kind of see there's some, I did some, embroidery stitches on here. Most of it you can see on the back page. But anyways, so I was thinking this was a picture of her, and she lived out her dreams. She was able to do what she wanted, to travel the world and live out her dreams. So she just really wanted to share this with her family, and just share her dreams with her family. That's what I was thinking when I was making this. Okay, because I would think that if I had that kind of lifestyle, that's what I would want to do. And this is a fiber, actually, and I went and pieced it together and actually hand sewed all these gold seed beads on here. This book is almost all hand sewn. Also, there's some seed beads hand sewn on this rose. I had so much fun making this, and it took so long, but it was so much fun. And this is another crochet rose and a rickrack rose. Okay, and this Gypsy Dreams is just seriously held on by these two safety pins, which I thought was, she was a seamstress, so I added a lot of sewing elements to this. So the first page is, again, I put in the images that came in the kit, and I was thinking that these were like, her favorite pictures. This is a gypsy with her gypsy wagon, and I framed it with all little bits and pieces. And then again, you can see on the fabric behind that, this is again crazy quilted, and I just went bonkers with doing all that. And then here's a little flower I made. And again, I loved all the fibers that came off of all these upholstery fabrics. And I totally used them to make a bunch of stuff in here. Also, she, you know, had like swatches, like she was gonna like put together something, or you know, was thinking about a dress or a garment that she was gonna make, and she would put together little bundles of fabric to, you know, be the inspiration for that dress or garment or whatever. And so she had a bunch of those left over. And so that was what I was thinking when I made these kind of things. So like there's this lace and this doily and then this material. So, and I have a few of these throughout the book. And then I also made this little itty bitty teeny tiny envelope, and it's all hand stitched, and it has a little itty bitty safety needle. Safety pin, gosh, I cannot think. And then you can see that this is a pocket, and this is all hand embroidered, which I love doing. It does take forever, but I love doing it. And this is an embellishment. It's actually a metal flower, and then I went and layered it with all the fibers and all that yumminess. Let's see if I can bring this closer to, and if it will actually clear up. I don't know. It's not, I don't feel like it's doing it justice, but you know how it is. And then in these pockets are tags, so I made some fabric swatch tags. Again, lots of fibers and pieces from the kit, and just different fabrics and yummy goodness. And they're all raw. You can see all the stitching on them, which I love that. I love that. I don't know about you, but I love all the stitching on the back, machine sewn stuff. And then this is a button card because she also collected buttons, you know, stray buttons that she would have throughout the years of doing her work. And these are, you know, some old vintage buttons, and I sewed it onto this little card. And here's another swatch, so you can see, like, she has a really pretty piece of linen, and then maybe some trim that was going to go on the dress, and then maybe this is like some brocade. Like, they're little snippets and samples, like little sample packs. And then here, oh, here's another piece of that lace, and another piece of that, and then this beautiful button, which again came in the kit. And then this is a tag that I made, again, kind of crazy quilt style, and I do lots of sewing around it. And this was one of the images that came in the kit, which is a fortune tag. It says, "No clouds in the forecast, no need to beware, the future is certain, your future is fair," which I love that. And again, I left it raw on the back. And again, so you can see the hand stitching that I did throughout here, which there's pretty much all sewn. I didn't really, this was so precious to me that I didn't want to put any glue in it, so I just went so crazy. But not all hand sewing, a lot of it is machine sewing too. And then, oh yeah, so there's books up top, of course, and so I made these like little snippet strips, which have like tons of fibers on them, and then I would just sew back and forth to keep the fibers so they'll all stay on. And I put a lot of the strips in here because I thought you could decorate these journals with them. So I won't, I guess I will. I was going to say I won't bother opening these, but I'll just do a really quick show of them. So these are just pretty much like journals. This is the one with like all the pages in it pretty much. So you can see, and I left all the sewing, lots of tags and yumminess. And then I just left a lot of the pages blank, but I did do a lot of sewing, and I put some ephemera in here. This is kind of like make your own journal. I made a lot of ephemera, which I will show, that you can add to these books. As you can see, this is all ephemera. This is like, I love these little index cards, and then you can make little tucks out of them, which is super cool. And the paper is coffee dyed. So again, I was just imagining this would be like a journal. So you could, you know, turn this into something that holds a junk journal. So this is just a really small one. But I just added collage paper that I've made. And lots of postcards in here. Lots of vintage prints of postcards. Because, you know, I imagine she's traveling all over the world. So she has lots of postcards, and she also saved a lot of ads too from the different places she was. So there's a lot of that kind of ephemera in here, and then also a lot of handmade ephemera and sewing inspired ephemera, like this little dress form. And that's the back. And then in this top pocket, sorry, I got my robe on. It's early in the morning still. Okay. And it's cold outside, I tell you. Alright, and so this one is held. It's like an envelope. And you can see there's some sewing on it. And it's like, it's a collaged book page and dictionary page envelope that I had made. And so you open it up and it's like this, and there's a tag right here. And again, I told you this, she was a seamstress, so there's lots of seamstress theme stuff. And then this you can open up, and I think I'm going to do a tutorial on how to make these, because let me know if you're interested in that, because these are really fun and super cute. So this is again just like a little journal. But again, there's not really anything in it. Just some sewing on the pages. And dictionary paper. Music paper. Some pockets. And then there's some ephemera back here. So this is like a little envelope. That's just pretty much turned into like a little mini journal type thing. Oops, and then all you do, which is super cool, is tie it like this. And again, another like super old piece of fabric, or that I made look super old. It's not actually. Well, I don't know if it is a vintage piece of fabric, but I just use everything. I love my bits and pieces. Like, to tell you the truth, like, I think the best kits out there are just like tons of bits and bobs. Okay, so then you just wrap this around, and then wrap it around here, and you just tuck it in, and it closes, and it's just a bunch of fibers. Okay, so then here's the next page. There's a little velvet envelope. I'm not going to bother opening it. It has a little trinket inside. And then there is some bobbins, and of course I put in some fibers and leftover trims. This is actually a little mini crochet vine thing that I made. Oops. And it's in gold color. And so I made a lot of crochet things to go with this because I was having so much fun. Okay, and there's also this. I'm getting to like the end of my recording, so I'm going to go way faster. Okay, and then again, another little sample card. I put like these crochet leaves in here, and some more buttons, and some fibers, and more lace. And this is a pocket right here. And you can see I decorated it with the beautiful trims that came in the kit and a crochet rose. And then I made this doily right here, which is tucked under here to frame it. And then there's a little flower. So that's all like that. And then, hurry, hurry, hurry. It's like, it's always like time against the clock, right? And then this is the other page. And again, I used all pieces from the kit. This is all hand sewn on. and did beautiful, embroidery on her vest and her hair wrap. And you can see that this is like crazy quilt style with some hand embroidery. Yeah, it's just beautiful page. And then this is the back where it actually shows more of the embroidery stitches that I did. You can see like the feather stitch and the cross stitch, and this is just like a stitch that you weave in and out of. Another feather stitch, it's just the in and out, and you can just see there's lots of hand embroidered stitches, and all these beautiful fabrics came in the kit, like these brocades and these embroidered on fabrics, and it's velvet. It's just such a textile dream, I just love how it feels in my hands. And then there's one more booklet in here. And so this is like an envelope booklet that I made. I was inspired by, I think, the Paper Outpost is her name. She's super, super inspiring. And so this is just made out of envelopes, of course. And it's like a trifold. So you can see. And then again, this is just chock full of ephemera that I have already inked and done everything with. Like you can see, this is like a photo mat card, and I just thought, hey, you know what, you can use all this stuff to make an actual junk journal. That was my idea. And also I wanted it to seem like how she collected a lot of stuff throughout the years, buttons and papers, and from all of her travels everywhere. Geez, so, this kind of thing always happens when you're trying to go fast, right? You end up getting slowed down by something or another. And I was going to put a journal in here too, but it just got so bulky with all the ephemera. Because, of course, I just never know when to stop adding stuff. That's why it took me so long to do it. And then these are just some cool We Forget Because We Must. I love that book, and I love using, postcards. Again, more postcards, just lots of ephemera, the altered paper clips, and then more, again, just stacked on ephemera, postcards, vintage ads, again, reprinted off, and this is like a little file folder thingy, another altered paper clip, and again, more pockets for photo mats and everything. So this could be used as, it's a trifold. So that all comes in the book. And then the purse, which I'll just show you, I'm not even going to show you inside though, but the purse, what it has is really cool, is it has tons of bits and bobs. So this is almost like a kit where you can make your own junk journal with all this gypsy stuff, because I just didn't want to, I wanted it all to go together, because everything I made, all these little snippet pieces that I made to decorate the book and everything, and all the crocheted pieces I made, I just put everything, all the extra bits that I had left over that I did not use. I even, ended up making a purse with the extras, but I still had even extras after that, and so I loaded the purse with all the extras. Okay, so, and this one goes in here. But yeah, you'll find lots of hidden treasures in here, lots of stuff I'm not showing. Someone already purchased this, and yeah, they're super excited, and I'm super excited for them to get it. But yeah, I just love making these, and this was so much fun and so much out of my comfort zone. I just can't believe it. Oh yeah, and then there's another booklet that I made, and again collaged, and it's just pretty much like another little junk journal envelope open thing. Oh, I gotta show you. Sorry, I'm so bad. Because this, some of these prints, these ones I think are Artie Maze's or maybe Tsunami Rose actually, and she just looks so gypsy to me. But there's a little card in here, and oops, I got it going the wrong way. And then there's this little tag, and I did some collaging on the back, and the little girl, she's so sweet. And then this again is just like a little journal, and then more, here's like another little thing with a little piece of paper in there, more collaging, and these are like little tucks. I made the little flaps, but yeah, again, it's just another envelope journal type thing, as you can see. Okay, so anyways, I'm just going to show you the purse really quick, and then I'll be off of here. I know this video is way longer than I planned on it being, and I hope it will let me upload it. Okay, because I don't know how to use that StreamYard yet. Oh yeah, and then also there's this, and this is the closure for the book, and it's actually like a snippet roll that you can cut apart and use in your junk journal or whatever, but it has all the fabrics from the kit, and I just loved making that. And again, I left the stitching, I left it on the quilting material that came with it, and then the beautiful piece of lace, and then here is the gem. I love this purse. I love bags. I love making bags. I just think every project needs a bag to hold things. So I made this little collage of pieces, and you can see, again, it says Gypsy Dreams, and there's some more of the fabrics, and I love this fabric. It was a crochet fabric with the gold sequins, and then you can see on the back it has this rose applique that is throughout the book. It was huge when you got it, but this is the piece I cut off. And again, I just used safety pins to put it on because I thought, you know, you could use it on something else. And this is all sewn. You can see this bag. Everything's so soft because it's sewn and not hot glued or anything. And then I kind of covered up, but there's this beautiful trim that I made with all the fibers. You can see more of it right here. And it's ruffled, and it has all these beautiful fibers from all the, you know, cutoffs of the pieces that came in the kit. All the, like, what's it called? Upholstery fabric. Okay, so anyways, you can see all the seams. I left them all, which I think, to me, that looks cool, but some people don't like them. And then there's this, again, I made a little, like, collage of pieces. And again, more of this beautiful fabric. There's a bunch of laces and fabrics. And yeah, sorry, but just to get a little taste of what's kind of stuff that's in here, see, like, all the little flowers and stuff I made, and all the other extra little things that I had. And then there's this beautiful bracelet, and I want to say this is one of her treasured bracelets, and she wanted to put that in with her keepsakes too, and it's just gorgeous. This bracelet is from India. My landlord, he lives in India part-time, and he brought me a few of these back, and I just thought, oh my god, it matches amazing. And these are all little red roses, and it has all the diamante. I don't know if you can, it won't focus, but they're like those little clay roses, and they have so much detail. You can't, like, really see, but just, it's blingy. And then also, you can see there's tons of stuff in here. Yeah, tons of goodies to decorate with. And then last is the tassel. 1 second. It's because my daughter's waiting for me too, because I gotta take her. Okay. And then there's this tassel in here, and you can see I made lots of beautiful boho beads to go with this, and everything matches just so nicely, and it's just gorgeous. I use lots of you know, taking apart jewelry for this stuff. I love putting little dangles on the ends of these. So there's that one. And then I use just a lot of the extra pieces from the kit, like these black and gold sequins, these beautiful fibers, just things that match, and this like beaded trim. It's just so yummy though, all this stuff. And all this stuff can be taken apart, of course, and again used in the junk journal if you decide to make a junk journal. And oh yeah, there's this doily that I had made too, this little mini doily. So everything that I put in here just all goes together, and it's awesome. So I hope you enjoy this and love it as much as I do. And thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Have a beautiful day. And I will see you all soon. Bye. Hugs and love.